AFC Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. They'll try the air now with Watson. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, now he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Off the play fake, Joseph. And he'll just get rid of it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Joseph. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
After the interception, here's Watson.
He'll get this to Bell. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
From the 25 on second down, Watson dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. To throw is Watson.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
But Josh McDaniels, he had his mind made up on that one. He disagrees, and he'll throw the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on 3rd down. And it's caught. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Chuba Hubbard.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So out come the Raiders. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. You don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Joseph over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Joseph. And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Joseph. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Watson.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
52 yards for him on the ground so far. A great start to this divisional round contest.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run it again with Chubb. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Here's Watson now on 2nd down.
This caught out left by Bell. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Watson. Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Chubb is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Watson. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper. A 2-yard touchdown Brown. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Joseph.
And I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down, Joseph. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
And here's Deshaun Watson and the Browns back to the field.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Watson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Joseph steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Joseph. He finds his man, complete. It's Jordan.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Joseph. Caught out right by Renfro. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Browns getting set to go.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Watson drops it off for Chubb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Again, it's Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs who will fight another week as they were able to take care of the Indianapolis Colts. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they'll give him bottled up fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. 97 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on second down, Joseph flush to his right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Joseph. And that's complete to Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Back to throw again. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. This from 44 yards out. Left hash. And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To throw is Watson. They'll get this to Bell. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Now a first down throw. Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Joseph. It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10.
Joseph. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Joseph. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, the big play prior to this one got them down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now the Browns coming out on the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson.
Throw complete to Bell.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Tries the right side, and he finds Bell.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth-quarter lead. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
York on now for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a first and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Throwing to start the drive. Joseph.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for.
But it'll be second down. Throwing again. Joseph. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on third down. Joseph. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Back to...
Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
The Browns set to take over.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the number 1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game. Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Chubb with the first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They give the Chubb out of the gun. 146 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now it's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 8 yards out. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 20. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.